Hey, do you want to know Travel and Leisure's world best hotel in Santorini? Well, stay tuned. You're about to find out.
Welcome to Travel Tuesday with Teresa, the ultimate source of wanderlust inspiration. Join the journey led by your host, Teresa Belcher, founder of Honeymoon Islands.
Today, we're going to explore the exquisite Canaves collection in Santorini, a collection of luxury boutique properties that have been recognized by Travel and Leisure's World Best, Condé Nast Reader's Choice Awards, and Virtuoso Hotelier of the Year. Joining me today from Santorini is the Managing Director of Canaves Collection, Marcus Cadaminos. Welcome to the show, Marcus.
Thank you for the opportunity to reach out to your audience. Canaves mean the cave houses where the locals used to make wine back in the day. 16th to 16th, 17th century caves, actually. So my great-grandfather used to be a big winemaker, and he used to use these canaves, some of these canaves, for, in order to make wine. So my parents, when they came back to Santorini years later, because my greater family left the island early 20th century. So when my parents came back to Santorini, they decided they're going to take over these canaves, these closed canaves, and transform them into a hotel. So back in the 80s, early 80s, Canaves Oia back then was created, which meant Canaves in Oia, caves in Oia. So it was the first signs Canaves Oia traditional houses. And this was early 80s, before I was born even. So one thing led to the other, and then from three little caves, we kept expanding, growing. In 1993, we got Canaves Oia Suites, our second property, and then in 2010, I take over the business with my brother, and we change everything, we modernize everything, of course, with strong roots to the past, but this is the main family story, actually, and to this day we keep expanding and perfecting, if I can say something like that, our service and the experiences offered to our guests. So last year we did a major rebranding, and from Canaves Oia Hotels we became Canaves Collection. The idea was that we wanted to show off or to show to people immediately with our name that we're talking about a portfolio of properties, especially now that we're working on expansions into other islands. For now we have 4 hotels in Oia Village in Santorini, and one collection of villas. It's more of an estate with 3 villas inside, all located in Santorini. Santorini is located on the southern part of Greece, right between Athens and Crete. Just 2 hours by ferry from Mykonos, or 25 minutes by flight from Athens. Santorini has an international airport, so very easy accessibility from anywhere in Europe. Many connecting flights with BA or Lufthansa or you name any European carrier. So great accessibility. The island of Santorini used to be, as you can see, this is a map of Santorini. The island of Santorini used to be a big round island, but because of a very large volcanic eruption, half the island sank down. So from a big round island, now we have a big croissant. And the interior part of the cliff of the croissant is called the Caldera. I'll show you more photos later on, but this map is to mostly show you where our properties are located. On the northern part of the island, we have the most cosmopolitan part, which is called Oia. And then here we have 4 of our hotels. And then the estate of villas is in Merovigli town, the town next to Oia. Lots of activities to do on the island of Santorini. We are a very established destination, as you know, and there is lots of different things to do. Obviously, the main thing that Santorini is very famous is the natural beauty, but there's so much more, with lots of culture, food and beverage. Because of the natural beauty and the scenery, a sailing excursion or a yachting excursion, it's an amazing way to spend your day. Cooking classes, scuba diving, horseback ridings, biking tours, e-bike tours on off the beaten path destinations. So lots of different things to do. You can easily spend at least 10 days in Santorini, and with every day having something different to do. So this photo is a photo with my own drone from Oia village. This is the village of Oia, and the red, black, white stones between the whitewashed buildings and the sea is the cliffs, the cut cliffs, the collapsed earth of Santorini. And this is what it's called, the Caldera. And all the buildings, they are located on the edge of the cliff, and this is what makes Santorini a very breathtaking, a very dramatic destination. So the first property of ours is Canaves Ena. Canaves Ena is our original property. It used to be called Canaves Oia Boutique Hotel. It was the first property that my parents started with back in the day. And this year, because of the major rebranding into Canaves Collection, we changed the name of the original property into Canaves Ena, which means Canaves #1 in Greek. I would say that this property is more of our entry level to our brand. It's the original property, and it's the more boutique space with only 18 suites, younger crowds, honeymooners, couples, romantic getaways. That's what we do best. Obviously, it fits very well the portfolio of Teresa, since the name of the company is Honeymoon Islands. Anyways, this is the new style of the property. This is the new style after the reopening and after the major renovation. We decided we're going to use a lot of local artisans to do most of our furniture, all of the pottery in the property. We used ancient techniques with the local artisans to create the pottery within the property. And then whatever we did was to enhance the cave style of the property and enhance the gorgeous views of Santorini and the Caldera. This is a typical suite with the typical colors and style within the property. This is one of our most iconic suite categories. It's called the river pool suite. You jump from your bathroom and you swim towards the view. That's the idea. Obviously, this is one of our most well-known photos and most well-known accommodations. So very busy suite category. And this is a typical plunge pool available with most of the suites here at Canaves Ena. Main pool area with gorgeous panoramic views of the Caldera and the volcano, and a beautiful restaurant called the Adami. Adami means where people meet in Greek, and it's a totally 100% Greek cuisine. Anything from octopus, calamari, Greek salads. People love it. We go back to the basics, back to the local culture. No children under 13 years old here at Canaves Ena, and this is what makes it a very unique honeymoon place. Then 2 minutes walk away, we have our flagship property, which is the Canaves Oia Suites, 46 suites and villas. This is the property dramatically hanging from the side of the Caldera. It's a very consecutive property with a full elevator access to all the levels of the property. Beautiful, gorgeous interiors, just renovated last year with beautiful, welcoming, minty colors and more earthy look and feel. All the accommodations here, they have their own total privacy, beautiful water element, whether it's a plunge pool or river pool or infinity pool. We have two villas here, our 2-bedroom villa with 99,000 square feet indoors, with a very unique cave style. And then we have our 3-bedroom villa with 2,500 square feet, 250 square meters actually, same thing I think, with beautiful exteriors and beautiful interiors. Both part of Canaves Oia Suites, which means total privacy, but full hotel facilities and services. Then we have Petra Restaurant, which is our fine dining gastronomic cuisine restaurant with gorgeous panoramic views of Santorini, the volcano, and the rest of Oia village. Local cuisine, local recipes, but with a fine dining twist. And then our Panorama balcony, where we do private wine tasting, private dining experiences, and lots of private wedding events, proposals, anniversaries, you name it. We even have our in-house events planner, so we're able to do special events and help you organize everything. Also, no children under 13 years old, because also here we are mostly into couples, maybe families with adult children. It's a larger space, larger resort with lots of space and privacy everywhere. Beautiful spa, gym. So that would be one of our most iconic properties. Then 5 minutes walk away, we have the Canaves Sunday. Canaves Sunday is our smallest property with just 8 suites or 10 bedrooms. You can easily do a buyout here and transform it into a 10-bedroom villa. There's a ratio of 3 staff per guest here in this very property, with only 8 suites, as I mentioned earlier, and the ultimate black and white, the ultimate all white with the contrast of the blue ocean. Then we have the Veranda Aperitivo Bar, which is one of the most well-known bars in the area. Beautiful terrace on top of the property, 360 degrees views, gorgeous sunsets, beautiful drinks. Then we have Canaves Epitome, our latest property, built on a flat space, still with various levels, but flat space in terms of steps, privacy, and gardens. It's right in front of the sunset, just 2 minutes drive or 10 minutes walk away from the village of Oia, which gives it a more resort feel. We like to call this property a boutique resort because it's only 53 suites and villas, but it has a very Six Senses Amman style, lots of space. You barely see other people walking around. It's all about relaxation, privacy, with access to the village whenever you need to, and complimentary shuttle service upon request. As you can see here, you can see our villas, our private villas here at Canaves Epitome, with total privacy, very earthy look and feel, lots of volcanic stone. This is our 5-bedroom villa, just added last year. 6,000 square feet indoors, 6,000 square feet outdoors, lots of space, beautiful, beautiful gardens everywhere, and with amazing private views to the sunset. Then we have our kids activity program. We have a dedicated person dedicated to children, and we have different activities we can do for the children, including garden safari. We take the children around the property to let them know, and for them to, we call it eco hunt, and they go around the property and find out more about our gardens, and match a little booklet with photos of the plants with the actual plants within the property. We also have a small bostan, which is a small garden with our own vegetables. Then we have 2 pools. Our main pool, which is also part of the Omnia restaurant, which is the main restaurant of the property with seafood and local cuisine. And then we have the Elements restaurant, which is a fine dining, very high-end restaurant for more foodies. Of course, we do a lot of events here as well, lots of weddings. We also do a private buyout of the space with all 53 suites and villas. This is very popular. We try to do it mostly in lower season, shorter season, because the hotels are so busy in the summer. But we can also do individual events because we have a private event space. Of course, as I said, it's a boutique resort, so spa, gym, 2 restaurants, 2 main pools, and 53 suites and villas, all of them with their own water element and privacy, total privacy. Of course, we're able to accept children under 13 years old, of any age actually, because half the resort is also 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and the 5-bedroom villa. Then we have Canaves Alefas Villas, which is our estate with 3 villas in Imerovigli town, one of the most stunning views of the island of Santorini, as you can see, right at the edge of the village. More price-sensitive customers, more price-sensitive guests could try this limited service villa. Obviously, there's a reception, and there's twice per day housekeeping service and room service and all that, but we don't have main facilities. So it's standalone villas, but with full hotels service. Children are allowed here too, and we can also do a buyout and transform it into a 7-bedroom villa as a total. Also very popular. Our sister company is called Sunset Oia, which is a sailing excursion company. We have 23 catamarans and yachts. It's the ultimate way to explore the island with private yachts, speedboats, sailing excursions, and you can do half day or full day, morning or sunset, shared or private, you name it. And this is us. Thank you very much. Obviously, all our services and all our accommodations and all the experiences can be booked through Teresa, with whom we have a great partnership and relationship. We've been doing business for a very long time, and she has a great taste, and she's in the know in terms of the destination. as she uses very specific, very experienced companies to work around the itinerary and create the perfect package for our guests. Because remember, it's not only about the hotel, it's also about the general experience in each destination. And Teresa can work with our concierge, our team, to figure out the experiences, which she does obviously, and create a whole holistic itinerary for you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcos. You did a fabulous job, and I love the renovations because I've been working with your company for a very long time. I've been in the travel industry for 44 years, so I am very well established with your company, which is why I asked you to be a guest on my show today. I have a couple questions. I wrote them down. For people who have mobility issues, what properties would you recommend? Because clearly, Santorini in general, just about everything is on the cliffside, so mobility can be an issue.
So I would recommend two properties. Number one, and easiest property, depends on the mobility level, let's say, would be Canaves Epitome, where we have even some disabled limited mobility, how do I say,
Here in
room.
America, we call it ADA. So America, yeah.
280 days at Canaves Epitome, so very easy even for wheelchair access. But also 90% of the accommodations that have 0 steps, and everything is accessible with a buggy, with a golf car, and we do have golf cars within Canaves Epitome, so it would be the easiest property. But if you really want to be on the cliffside and on the Caldera and with gorgeous views in the heart of the village, then I would also recommend Canaves Oia Suites, because there is specific suites that have 0-step access to the elevator access, and we're the only or one of the few properties on the island that have full elevator access to all the facilities. So it's much easier for the guests to move around.
And I believe my last question is, do you allow outside guests to dine on any or all of your properties, or is your
That's a very good
dining
question.
facility?
Each property of ours has a very different dining concept, and we created our properties like this so that our guests can go from property to property and choose and try different experiences, different level of gastronomy, different something more local, something more international, something more fine dining, something more easy. So we have different options. Only for dinner, we do allow guests from outside to come and enjoy, but the rest of the day, our properties are sealed only for hotel guests only. And this is to protect our guests and to make our properties more exclusive. I would say that our strongest unique selling point as a brand is the fact that we are still a family-owned, family-run business, which is not the case with most of the properties on the island of Santorini. Many are parts of funds or families that they don't even live in Santorini. We are here, we're based here, we meet most of our guests, we're one team with our team and with our staff, and this is very, very important, not only for the guest experience, ultimately for the guest experience, because they get to meet us as well, because we show them Santorini through our eyes and the way we have experienced the island through since our early ages. But also being one with the team means that we have one of the lowest turnovers of staff, and for a seasonal business this is very, very important, because the moment we turn the key to open the hotels in the summer, everybody knows what to do. So the philosophy is there, the quality of service is there, and this is the main unique selling point.
If anybody is watching and this has inspired you to travel to Santorini for your next vacation, please reach out to me. I'm Teresa Belcher from Honeymoon Islands, and I will drop my email address below this video. And until next time, if you can dream it, we will create it. Bye. Bye, Marcos.
Stay tuned for more episodes that will unveil new horizons and immerse you in the beauty of global discovery. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, if you can dream it, we will create it.